And how y'all doing tonight? Uh, it's VGM here. For right now, by myself, but it's gonna be episode 2 of Behind the Shield, and today's episode is gonna be about football from an athlete's perspective. And th- no, I guess a good place to start will probably be with on the high school level, and then I'll kind of tap into the college level a little bit because they kind of go hand in hand sometimes. But I think the main thing I want to talk about today is like the NIL and transfer portal on both levels. And before y'all be saying there ain't no NIL in high school, yes there is. There it's just not as it's not as conventional. Let me say that because saying too much some could get me in trouble. But no, but I feel like in the high school level the main problem is all these transfers out of middle school and the reclassing. Now I play in Texas. I'm not sure if some of my viewers know, but I play in Texas, so I see a lot of these transfers, these reclasses, all the 9 yards, and it's messing up the integrity of the sport. Like for example, you have some middle schoolers, actually, like they'll just be balling out, like holy shit, like this guy is so good, and like you have a high school coach who he's zoned to, right? Now, the kid, let's say he lives in a relatively small town, not that much money, but he could be a hometown hero, right? He's that good. The high school he's about to go to, they're not as big as some of the other schools in his area, but they still have some prominence to like take him on a visit if their team's going on a visit to a campus. Go go lift with the high school he's supposed to go to because he's on there, stuff like that. But then some of these other high schools would catch wind of that. They're like, oh shoot, this little dude out in freaking middle of nowheresville, he's really good. He's really really good. And so what ended up happening is like these bigger high schools, like your North Shores, your Duncanvilles, your DeSoto's, your Tascasitas, they go up to like so and so, like, hey, y'all want to come play for us? And like multiple things can happen, but the two main things that happen is you know, the kid will be like, yeah, I do, and it's just done there, right? It's just done there. The kid will go up there, they'll fill, they'll forge some paperwork, maybe. I don't want to say forge, but like they'll find some loopholes in their district that'll allow them to go because how it works for my district, at least, no, how it works for UIL is that if you transfer schools, like for no, like you have no reason to transfer, you're forced to play JV that year. It's to stop stat padding, but some of these schools will like write off an issue, be like so and so was getting bullied. It's like he felt physically threatened by the other students. Now so and so was like like let's say so and so was like 6'5", like 280. Ain't nobody gonna beat that kid up. Ain't nobody gonna beat that kid up. But they'll write it off saying like he had to transfer for his own safety. So he'll transfer to the school, and then now his hometown is screwed because the coaches at his hometown high school, like they spent all these resources prepping this kid up. They hyping this kid up. They took him on a tour, took him, like they was doing everything, and it was just like a rug pull. That's scenario one. Scenario two will be like the kid will say no, but like the parent, but like they'll slide some money under the table because it don't let them tell you that it doesn't happen because some of these schools, not in my district, but in like the bigger districts of Doom. Sorry, I'm texting. But in those bigger districts where they have more money to do stuff, yeah, they will slide some money under the table. They'll be like, oh, you don't want to come play for us? You suck to your high school, and they'll be like, you sure about that? And like maybe $100 hit your cash app all of a sudden from North Shore or whatever school trying to get at you, and then you start second. Maybe I don't want to play for my hometown. Maybe I don't. Maybe I want to go be a North Shore Mustang. Like those they plant the seeds, and then that same thing as scenario one will happen with the paperwork and all that, and they'd be good to play varsity all 4 years when they're not even supposed to be going to the school. And there's no better example of this than IMG Academy. I feel like when IMG first came around, it kind of really my thing my thing got messed up, so I'll have to clip those two together. But I feel like when IMG came around back in I need to find the date, but like when IMG first came, I feel like that's what really screwed up the sport because you have this multi-million dollar school, and not just for football. They go for basketball, golf, anything. Hell, my sister's cousin, um, he went to IMG's like when IMG sent him out there for a camp. But like you got this multi-million dollar school in Florida, which I think has one of the more loosely regulated sports. This like policies, flying these kids out from across the globe, be like, yo, come be an ascender, come be an IMG ascender, and they'll pay these kids hella money. They'll like a room and board all free, and you can tell. And like, and the thing is though, the thing is that doesn't make it so exclusive that they sell the fact that your kid can go there too, even if your kid's not that good. Like honestly, fighting for a JV spot at IMG is like fighting for a varsity spot at most of these other schools. IMG is hella competitive. Like there's a difference between Big Billy Bob, 5 star out of Wichita, Kansas, who got put there on scholarship and is getting paid $1 million to play at IMG, and Lil Timmy out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, like 5'2", who's paying $500,000 a year to go there. Like I feel like when IMG came up, all these other schools will be like, well, if they can do that, why can't we? And with Texas, like UIL is like kind of strict, but they're not really strict. It just, it really just depends, So you got a whole lot of shit. It's really just a lot of shady shit when it comes to like all these transfers and stuff. It's messing up stuff on the high school level, and I keep emphasizing the high school level because I have a different opinion on the college level. Because I have two of my older brothers. They play in college football. I might be on track to play college football if I do everything right, and I want to go play college football. I have different opinions from what I heard from them. I had now good the crazy thing is about my two stepbrothers that one of them played before the NCAA lawsuit, and one of them is currently playing after the NCAA lawsuit. So the one the one who played before the lawsuit um played at Rice. Real good school. And I'm pretty sure he redshirted, but and like I think he transferred like maybe one or two times. No, only one time. I think he only transferred one time. And then like now he's a police officer. He just graduated. Shout out to my boy D'Angelo. But he was playing before then, and then like the pre transfer portal, like the pre mainstream transfer portal era, you had to really commit to a school. And I mean like commit. Like I am I am going to spend my 4 years of my life. I want to play for so and so school. You would be a hard commit. You would get a like that's how these schools used to build franchises back in the day. Like with the stipends and all that stuff. Like back when our parents used to play. Like my mom, she hard committed to TSU for volleyball. Hard like you gotta. Back then it was a sit down think decision. And nowadays though, you got these kids, right? They'll be like, these schools would be like, "Hey, I'll offer you $1 million. Oh, I'll give you a Ferrari, or like do this, do that, do that. Like, I'll cover your family's trip, house, by all this stuff." They will try so hard to get you out there, right? But the thing is, back then when my oldest stepbrother played, D'Angelo, like like once you got out there, it wasn't really sweet no more. Like I don't want to say because it's not really sweet in college unless you a 5 star because the rules are different for you. But like no, like you was they ain't had no problem redshirting you for all 4 year eligible years, and you leaving. You literally could you literally could be a warm body on the practice squad and ain't shit you could do about it, right? So that's what made it kind of interesting to me, at least, watching watching all this, because nowadays you're seeing kids like, oh, hey
Mhm.
Noah, hey Noah, I'm in the middle of recording my podcast.
Oh, so you're kind of lonely.
Shut up, man.
That's
You
um,
you you
that's
want you
that's
want
sad.
you want to say hey to the viewers
Yeah.
because you want. So I was rambling about the transfer portal, and I just finished up my high school segment, but I'm talking about college football transfer portal and my opinion on it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, but how I was saying, back then, before like the whole lawsuit for NIL, the schools could leave you on the sideline or whatever, but they could still advertise the hell out of you. You wouldn't see a dime, and you wouldn't see any playing time. So, and it's like fucked because like you can't. The transfer portal was more stricter back then when my oldest stepbrother was playing instead of now. Like
Okay.
my younger stepbrother Dylan. No, you know Dylan, right?
Is that the one that always comes in into your
He
room?
al- he be coming over sometime. The one out of Ridge, the one out of Ridge.
Oh yeah. Why?
Yeah, yeah, Dylan. So he's a JUCO right now. Shout out to my boy, shout out to my boy Deal Pickle. I will be sending him the link to this. But he's a JUCO right now. And for y'all that don't know the JUCO method, it's pretty simple, right? You play at a junior college, you develop your
Develop your.
skills, you get your film, and then you ship yourself off to a bigger school for a better chance, right?
Oh. Yeah.
So, you know, now Dylan, I know he's a smart kid, but let's just say Dylan's just a dumbass, right? Let's just say he's a dumbass
And
for
you're
this, right?
sending this to him?
Yes, I'm saying this to him. Let's just say he's a dumbass, right? And he goes to a JUCO that don't even fuck with him. Like I'm talking about, like just like you will be on the practice squad for the rest of your life. Type of don't fuck with you. Now, if
Mm.
Dylan played before the NCAA lawsuit, Dylan would have been fucked because the transfer portal would have been too strict and be like, nah, you gonna stay your ass there. You committed to play there. You gonna commit to play there, right? And he was fucked. But nowadays, Dylan, Dylan could be like, well, fuck that. I'ma leave. So he could transfer to all these other
Unqueen.
schools, all these other schools, and be like, damn.
What the fuck?
I remember I heard a story. I forgot the athlete's name,
Oh,
but his teammate had entered the portal after the season, right? He said, I'm done, I'm done. He did the off season with a different school, right? He wasn't feeling that program, and he came back during to his original school during spring ball. Now I don't know about you, right? But doesn't that sound a little fucked up, Noah?
going back to your original school? Well, yeah, you just stole the other team's plays.
Well, not even that. Stealing the other team's plays, but it's like, what the fuck? You can like within you know how like the boot camp period of the off season and like the
Mm-hmm.
spring ball period of the off season are like
Mm-hmm.
two different times, but they're so short.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker left. I want to say if he left in January, right, right after the playoffs wrapped up, right after everything, that means he was up there until about April, so January through March. Then April, he came back and played spring. That's a three. You can go to two different schools, redo your whole life in 3 months. And like nowadays, after the lawsuit, anybody can transfer. So not only does it screw over colleges who thought they could get franchise athletes for 4 years because you had to hard commit back in the day, right?
Yeah.
That's how we had who like what was it like Peyton Manning? Like wasn't he a franchise player at wherever school he played?
Probably. Probably.
That's like give me a franchise player, like somebody who played all 4 years in college football.
Mm.
Damn, we grew up in
Ray
a we
Lewis.
Ray Lewis. Now now Ray Lewis, he really could have if he wanted to. If like let's say we fast forward him to 2025 where we're at. If he wanted to, motherfucker could have went to any school he wanted to because he's that guy. But it's screwing over these schools because a scholarship costs so much. A scholarship costs so much. I remember Coach Brown broke it down to me. I think
Mm.
like $300,000 per for an athletic scholarship. They are putting that's basically a house worth of money, at least in Texas. Where the
Because
where
the
granted
scholarship will provide them housing,
housing,
food,
tuition, food, and any
everything.
extra shit they want. And that's before NIL. That's before the stipends. That's before the brand. That's before all that. A basic scholarship is a house. Just think of it as a house. You can you can leave halfway through a semester because you don't feel the school. Are we serious? Like I feel like now they're like trying to fix it, but it f's up not only recruiting nowadays. Sorry, I'm texting. Cause like, but like me and Noah, like let's say, like no diss to Noah, right? Like like what I'm about to say is no diss, right?
It's about to be the most disrespectful
It's
thing I've
not
ever heard.
no it's not. But like so like you're like what five you're 5'2", right?
No,
How tall are you, bro?
I think I'm like 5'4", almost 5'5" now.
5'5", my fault, 5'5". So he plays running back now. You know, he's on the shorter side, right? But he still has a chance. Like if he can be that nigga, he still has a chance to go D1, right? Back in the day, back before the lawsuit, back before the transfer portal lawsuit, back before the NIL lawsuit. Now Noah is screwed with recruiting because if you don't have any no, fuck that. If you're not 3 stars and above, you're fucked when it comes to playing at a power 4 conference. Like, cause coaches nowadays they don't have to commit to a recruit anymore. Like how cause recruits can be like, well, shoot, I'll just leave after a red shirt, and it's like, um, well, damn, like, cause like now all these high schoolers they were already fighting against the whole country, but now you got to fight against grown men too. Does that sound fair to you, Noah?
Nah.
It doesn't. So, and mind you, all everything I just said that only applies to 4 stars and below. 5 stars got different rules. Everybody can agree on that, right? 5 stars have different rules, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, a five like a good example is like a 4 star can get into a fight on the field and get moved down the depth chart. A
Mm-hmm.
5 star can cuss out a coach, and coach will be like, "Damn, that was my fault. I need to see like he'll start glazing a 5 star, and then you just be like, cause like, cause like, damn, is it really that? Is it's really not a day? But the coaches don't care. You get injured, next man up. You get you get caught up in some trouble, next man up. It just the coaches don't give a fuck. They never did. Nowadays they don't give a fuck anymore. But I propose a thing like fix the transfer portal thing, right? And like hear me out on this because I do want a secondhand opinion right now.
Okay.
So I propose in your 4 years you have five. I think the rules right now are that you have 5 years for 4 years of eligibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
In those 5 years, you were allowed 2 transfer portal entries, minimum, maximum 2 transfer portal entries, unless the following happens at your school: your head coach gets fired, and is there anything else
Mm-hmm.
that would constitute a transfer? Let me think. I think that's it, huh? Yeah, just your head coach getting fired, right? So you only get one. If you use up both, if your head coach at your current school gets fired, you can enter the portal one more time to either go to the school he's at or go to a different school. That seems fair, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your opinion? Because you're just like, the viewers got to hear some Noah, man.
Oh, I'm kind of listening.
So like, If you could redo the transfer portal rules right now, how would you redo them?
Well, yeah, give them a limit on how many times they can transfer.
What would be the limit for their for their 4 years of eligibility?
Yeah, 4 years of eligibility, so give them half of it too. We have to
Two.
spend at least 2 years at one or more schools.
So so you're proposing like they'd have to have a minimum time at a school?
Yeah,
I don't I don't know if I could agree with that. And only on the sole basis is because of how two-sided recruiting is nowadays. Well, how two-sided recruiting has always been, right? Cuz a coach could be like, "Damn, bro, like you like family to us. We so excited to have you here. We can't wait to like have you on campus and all that jazz, right?" But the second you get on campus, right? They be acting like you done killed their family and then spat on their graves. And like some of these athletes don't want to be in programs like that. You don't want to be in a program like that, do you, bro?
nah.
So I feel like you shouldn't make them spend. I feel like you have to stay the season. You don't have to stay years. You have to stay the season.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. Stay the season. But the second topic of this podcast, because I already talked about the transfer portal on the high school side, all the shady shit behind that. Let's talk about the NIL. Talk about NIL. Now, at the start of this episode, I said there is NIL in high school, right? It's just not as talked about. And Noah, you understand what I'm talking about, right?
Hmm.
You understand exactly what I'm talking about. That under the table bullshit. That's what I hate so much because he just graduated, but I have an athlete who went to my school, Paris Melvin Jr. Some of y'all might know him, some of y'all might not. But we used to sell out Cy Springs in the 4 years he played because he played freshman on varsity. We used to sell out stadiums, and when Ranch played Springs, oh my God, Noah, you remember that? When Ranch played Springs, the fucking stadium was packed.
Every year.
Fucking like but especially while Paris was playing, it was fucking ballistic. Like what the fuck? Like ranch people on Spring side, like because they sold so many tickets, they had to send people to the other side. So fucking ballistic. But people like, and from the fans' perspective, they're not going to see Cy Springs or Cy Ranch play because who's y'all star player? Amari Vickerson, right?
No.
Who's y'all?
Well,
Like who's y'all's most notable player? Like when they think Cy Ranch, who do they think of?
Brandon Baker,
Who the fuck is that?
our quarterback.
Bread Breaker? Okay, let's use Bread Breaker. Now, Cy Ranch, they're a significantly more wealthy school than Cy Springs, my school, right? But Noah, can you tell the audience when Bread Baker was playing, right?
Hmm.
Did y'all used to sell out y'all stands?
Our stands have always been sold out.
They always be sold out.
Hmm.
But in your opinion, who do you think they're there? Are they there to see Cy Ranch, or are they more likely there to see like Bread Baker and your other star players?
Well, okay, everybody on the team's parents always show up. Their parents always show up.
I mean,
So they're
yeah, the
probably
parent.
there to either see their athletes or our most respected athletes.
I was about to say like besides the parents, besides the obvious, besides the family, right? Because I want to say that only accounts for a 25% of total stands, right? Hell, because you can look at Cy Park when we played Cy Park for homecoming, and you looked at their stands, it like made me do some math. Like, yeah, only a small percent of ticket sales are for family, right? Small percent. So the rest of them would just be there to see your stars, right?
I guess.
So Now, the good thing about CFISD is that we're not as corrupt as some of the other districts in our state. But let's say I'm a like let's say I'm just one of those athletes, right? People come to watch Cy Springs play because of me, right? And let's just say I'm just a greedy motherfucker, right? And my coaches enable it too, right? Let's say they enabled it. I would feel some type of way if all these people come to watch me play, right? And I'm not seeing any type of revenue behind it. Like what the hell? I'm playing all this work. I'm working this hard. I'm doing all this, that, and I'm not even getting paid. Now in CFISD, thankfully, um, we don't have to worry about that so much.
Mhm.
But in like your other districts, like your North Shores, your Atascocitas, what's another good school?
Duncanville,
Duncanville,
DeSoto.
your Duncan DeSoto's. Um, I guarantee you, they will never tell you, but like their star players over there, they getting paid hella good, because their districts understand their position, right? They
Mm.
understand like, oh yeah, we're that district, like we can do almost whatever we want with UIL, and so these people are getting paid under the table, like no, here's 10 bands for last game, and Noah ain't gonna say none. That nigga just got 10 bands. He ain't gonna say shit. He gonna be like, thank coach. And so it sets a bad precedent for not only the team, because like the teams be like, well, damn, coach, why you paying this nigga? Why you paying this nigga? And also, but it also sets a bad precedent for the athlete, because you giving 16, 15 through 18-year-olds hella money. You already see the type of incidents that happen in college football with 20-year-olds with ANIL. What do you think's gonna happen when they're younger? Dumber stuff. But yeah. And I think the last thing I need to talk about before I end this episode is coaching. The
That's crazy.
coaching.
That's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The coaching epidemic in and Noah, you know exactly where I'm going, right? The coaching epidemic in high school sports. Because F the college sports, these niggas are multimillionaires. What Lane Kiffin did, I totally understand. Now, do I support it? Fuck no. But I perfectly get it. But the high school standard is fucking terrible. You're telling me? Well, first off, we
Take
have to.
this! Rasengan!
That was not needed. That was not needed.
You
That was
didn't
not
hear
needed.
anything.
I did hear it. It's in the recording. But
Oh, that's unfortunate.
all these coaches are some damn copycats. And damn. And like to my coaches who are probably watching this, no diss to y'all, but if y'all would just like hear my opinion without like me being without hearing my tone, because I get heated about this real quick, because I went to that coaching seminar. I did learn some things. Please understand the message if you watch this far, and please understand why I'm saying
Mm.
this. Does your coaches? I'm gonna ask you first. We're gonna go from Ranch's perspective, Noah. For y'all off season, does your coaches follow like what North Shore, your North Crowleys, your Duncanvilles, all these big? Do they follow what they be doing for their off season or something similar?
Probably something similar.
Like they be copying, like they be copying it, some similar.
I wouldn't say copying it, no.
I mean,
I
well,
think
some of these
no, actually, I think Coach Blaylock does his own stuff. Like he doesn't copy from any school.
his own. That's good. That's great. But at Side Springs, we have our coaches are great. Like they've been to a lot of great places, met and played with a lot of great people. So the great people are at the greater schools and they're at Side Springs, right? No, once again, no diss to my coaches. Please don't make me do up downs. But
Again,
again, yes, again. But they try to do the same thing that worked at their old school, But the thing is, their old
They're
school will
different
be in
kids.
different kids, different environments. That's like I feel like if all the CFIDs coaches came together and be like, okay, this is the population base. This is how all of our kids act, and like y'all bounce ideas off of each other. Y'all could create a good off-season plan, but it would never happen because we all hate each other in our district. Yeah, we all some type of rivalries, right? Sorry, I'm
Mm,
texting again. It would never happen. It would never happen. You could never have ranch. Actually, no, you could, but I guarantee you they wouldn't. They wouldn't be as thorough as you wanted them, as you want them to be, because the coaches already talk shit as is, and so you're forced to copy your old formulas for your old schools, but you have different kids in different areas, right? Because I guarantee you, what worked at I forgot what school Coach Fagan coached at, but what worked there will not work as effective as it did there as it will at Springs. Never will. Never will. No matter how hard he tries. And I think Coach Fagan picked up on the message a bit this season. Cause today when I was at open weight room, Noah, um he was kind of smiling a bit when we mentioned boot camp. He said and like it was like one of those smiles like you like the oh shit he's planning something smile. For I see him smile like that, and the first thought that go through my head is like I don't know how to deal with that. It but damn damn I gotta wrap up the episode now. We're at 37 minutes. But
I haven't said much, so it doesn't matter.
yeah yeah I know, but your audio clashes with my audio. But yeah it I think
Take
he's
this,
I think he's starting to
Rasengan!
get the memo and like and switch up. You're gonna give me copyrighted. And switch up his off-season plan,
My fault.
which is
I say right foot
that's
creep,
definitely gonna get me
walking with it,
copyrighted.
eat 'em.
And switch up his off-season plan. But all these other schools, they be trying to copy the coaches they played against and coached with. It'll never work. It'll never work because one rule like
My fault.
listen, one rule at Side Springs, right? Coach Fagan loves to live by it. Noah, stop trying to get me copyrighted. All these songs are copyrighted, but just listen, because
My fault.
I need your input on this. I actually do need your input on this. So one of the principles Coach Fagan lives by is like second chances, because he's a Bible. No. He's a Bible based coach, right? So like most of his teachings, most of his practices come from the Bible. Great, which is
Yep, that's our
great.
coaches too.
Yeah, that which is great. But like you're telling me you'll take a kid back that did some super overly dumb shit, like some abysmally dumb shit, and like no hate, but like that's one thing I always noticed in my program, and I have told some of the coaches. I told Coach Wilson, I think I told Coach Ag one time that we give too many second chances. Now, not to say I haven't fucked up, right?
Second chances.
Too many second. Fuck. Not to say I haven't fucked up, because I did break a door at my school, right?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but it was more of an accident than anything, so it kind of made sense I got a second chance. But like some of these kids, like you have to have, if you want a good program, you have to set a precedent. And, you know, second chances are not the way to do that, especially when it comes to your favorites. Paris can cuss out a coach. He might got to run a little bit, but he can come back next practice. Nothing crazy will happen, right? I cuss out a coach. I'm doing I'm doing death punishment, and then he's taking my equipment the second we walk in.
That point, just
So
don't do it.
I mean, and at that point, just don't do it, right? But like, it's setting a bad precedent, right? Because if your favorites can horse around bullshit at practice, right? It and like they're your superstars, so your other athletes are gonna like copy off their behavior. And They see the bad behavior and they copy off of it. All of a sudden, you have a bad program, and you end up 6-4 like Cy Springs did, right?
Dang.
And I mean, I'm not wrong though.
Yeah, no, our coaches don't play favorites, Chase. At our school, they don't, at least.
Our school does.
No.
Like it's pretty,
They,
it's
they
pretty
don't
fucking.
care who you are. You're going to get in trouble if you do that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Our coaches play favorites. They do. They do. I guarantee you. Actually, no. Most recent example, and no hate to my teammate Cam. No hate. Love the dude. He's really chill. But Cam got pissed off by one of our newer coaches, Coach Albert, and like he was like, "Man, I already hear you, nigga, I already hear you." Like Coach Albert was in his ear and shit, cause like Cam had did something to disrespect him, right? So since we were talking while we were since he was talking while we were locked in, we had to do Panther push-ups, right? And we're doing push-up, we doing push-up. Cam is still going. He's still talking mess to the coach. He's still talking bad to the coach. And so all of us like, hey man, be quiet. Hey man, be quiet. Like we almost done. Be quiet. Be quiet. Like because after a certain point of Panther push-ups, you just it ain't even about like the pain. You just tired of like doing the shit. But he just would keep going, keep going. And I don't want to say he didn't get any repercussions, but the most he just had to do some extra push-ups on the side while coach finished talking to us. And I'm like, damn, it's that easy. It is that easy because I'm thinking to myself, if that were me, if that were me, man, hell no. Hell no. Like, fuck the Panther pushers, fuck all that. I'm getting kicked out. I'm getting ridden up. I'm getting, like, if that were me, or if that were somebody like a lesser JV guy, hell no. But because it's Cam Roberson, it's all fine, right? And once again, no diss to my teammate. No diss to my teammate. But it sets a bad precedent for that kid when they get to college because, you never tell a kid no or you don't punish them as hardly as you need to, right? That kid gets to college, he flash out on a coach. That nigga not playing in college football no more, right? But Ranch. I think that's one like the main reason why Ranch holds a more disciplined program than us, because y'all actually hold niggas accountable.
No, we don't give a fuck how many stars you are.
But they don't hold they don't hold people. You're held to accountable if you're on a different standard at Springs, and it's really fucked up, man. It's really fucked up. But I guess to my advice is to like any coaches or any wannabe coaches who are watching this. First off, don't put all your marbles in one Don't put no. Don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to like scouting middle school talent, because if he gets enough publicity, he might just leave you. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Number two, don't be getting caught up trying to do shady stuff for the betterment of your team. I get it. Everybody wants to win, but if you win by unethical means, you ain't no better than a cheater or a loser. No, actually, a loser is better than a person that wins by unconventional means. That's what I'm saying. So like to all the coaches that be paying the kids and stuff like IMG, I guarantee you some random 1A school out in Texas has a hell of a lot more pride than y'all ever will, because at least they win and lose with the niggas they had since birth and on dirt. Y'all gotta fly somebody out to win. I guarantee if you had your in-state talent, y'all could still be good, but y'all wouldn't be as good as y'all is now. And number three, don't play favorites. That's the quickest, because the team notices. The coaches like think, hey, the team ain't gonna notice. Team ain't gonna notice. Team notices. Team notices. Don't play favorites, because it only sets a bad precedent for the team. Because then they see your favorites doing the stuff you wouldn't want them to do, and then all of a sudden it's a damn problem, right? And I think that's a good place to end off this episode. But I just had to get my transgressions out there because like you hear about it from these sports commentators, but you don't get to hear about it from the athlete's perspective. Thankfully you had two athletes, one talking more than the other. Now,
I'm not paying attention, bro.
you should have. But you get to hear the perspective of the athlete, which is great. So it kind of like it's like all the parents, all the fans, it like helps you get a grasp on what really goes on in these programs. But with that being said, my name is Chase Clayton. My name is Chase Clayton.
You having a stroke or something?
I'm waiting for you to say your name, nigga. Do we have to do this again? My name is Chase Clayton.
I'm good.
At least say your first name.
No,
And that was episode 2 of VGM Behind the Shield.
I thought
I
that
hope
was
you.
episode 3.
What do you mean episode 3?
Because we filmed one last night, and then we filmed one the
No,
night before.
we didn't film one last night.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we
I
did. I'm
ain't.
pretty sure we did.
No, we didn't. I ain't filmed shit. We were just talking last night.
We were just fuck you, bro.
What you thought we were? I mean, I'd like us to have a topic if we're gonna record an episode, but we're VGM, and now my podcast is on Spotify. It's on Spotify, so you don't have to always go to YouTube to listen.
You
But
serious?
yeah, it is. It's on Spotify. But yeah,
Mm.
wherever you listen to your podcast too, I'm thankful for y'all tuning in. Thankful for all my fans, really. Whether you're family, friends, or just some random dude on the internet, I'm thankful for all y'all. But remember my core values: do right, stand by your morals, and always act upon them. And in case I don't see you again, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.